Let's check one thing. Also, we don't forget our culture when we are embracing other people's culture. For example, we are embracing, we find that kids small like this in the house, they are speaking English. They don't even know their mother tongue. And mother tongue is, somehow you will find the mother tongue is important. For example, your kids wants to pursue maybe something like politics. You go in the villages, you want to talk to people in the villages. How will you talk to them in your mother tongue? Yeah, welcome back to this channel. First time, give the video a like. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share and also comment. Yeah, you want to comment and don't left me behind. One thing, don't left me behind. When we are going to 1,000 subscribers, now we are at 550. You should be one of them when we are reaching 1,000. Yeah, it will be a milestone and we will be thankful for the love you'll be giving us. So behind the camera today, I have our guest today. So he has decided he wants to interview me for some question she has, and I hope I will answer her in a nice manner. Let's
So
start.
I wanted also to know, what is your take on kids who don't speak mother tongue, they only speak English, and their parents are comfortable with it? What did you advise them?
One thing for that question about kids not speaking their mother tongue, it's not good. Check, for example, these people like Indians. Check, like, for example, people like Arabs. Take, for example, people like many other places. You find that those kids, first language they learn is their mother tongue. These other languages, this English, Spanish, French, they come to learn these languages when they go to school. So for us, for example, as Kenyans, we fail on that thing. For example, I come from Kenya. You go to Nairobi, you find that some kids don't even know their mother tongue. They are speaking only Swahili and English. And their parents don't even care about teaching them their mother tongue. Understand?
Yeah.
So these kids don't even know their mother tongue. But check Indians. You go to UK, you go to here, you find Indian kids, they are speaking Hindi language. You find other people, they are speaking their mother tongue. But what is the problem with our country? Yes, they say we want to stop tribalism. But let's check one thing. Also, we don't forget our culture when we are embracing other people's culture. For example, we are embracing, we find that kids small like this in the house, they are speaking English. They don't even know their mother tongue. And mother tongue is, somehow you will find the mother tongue is important. For example, your kids wants to pursue maybe something like politics. You go in the villages, you want to talk to people in the villages. How will you talk to them in your mother tongue? Understand?
Yeah.
So mother tongue, also we need to encourage our kids to learn mother tongue. That is one thing we are forgetting. We need to teach them mother tongue language.
Okay. Is it that the people don't appreciate their roots, where you come from?
It's the parents, they think that when their kids speak English, or they're taken to those English schools, their kids are cool kids. Understand? That's the thing of cool kids. Parents want our kids to be cool, and they forget, yes, there can be cool kids, but these languages they are teaching their kids, they are not, it's not their language. Understand?
Yeah.
Leave English, French, other language for the teachers in school. When the kids is small, teach the kids the local language. Understand? If the kids understand the local language, you'll be able to communicate with the people at the ground very well.
Okay.
That is the challenge you face. In fact, you go to Nairobi slums or other places in Nairobi in the plots, you find that those kids don't even know their mother tongue. The only places you find kids knowing mother tongue in the villages, but in the cities, they are forget. Yes, they would say we are getting rid of tribalism in the city, but for me, it's not tribalism. We must preserve our culture, our tradition, our language, because you can find our languages have become extinct. But these other people's languages, they are still there because they are protecting their languages. But for us, we are chasing away our form of identification. So those languages are a form of identification,
Okay.
which we don't know we are losing it.
So what's the impact you think the mother tongue is going to put on the kids?
It forms a communication barrier, because you go in the villages, you find that when these kids go in the villages during maybe we call holidays, it's hard for them to communicate with the local kids, because these kids are speaking English, and you find those local kids in the villages, they don't understand the English, they only understand the mother tongue, because the parents there have nurtured these kids. First thing they know is the mother tongue. So English, they go and learn it in schools. That is what they have been taught. When they are small, these kids are they learn their mother tongue, so they don't leave behind their culture. You know, it's a culture. When you speak you speak your language, it's a culture. So this language will not go into extinction. But what is happening now, these languages, these are our languages will go into extinction because of one thing. We are focusing too much on English and forgetting on our own. Understand? So these kids are our future generation, but we are forcing them to embrace this culture. This is not their culture, and we are forgetting our culture. Even, for example, check even foods. You find that we are forgetting about our foods, our local foods, but we are embracing these foods that are being brought. This food, we are glorifying these other foods. So you see, so we are losing our culture. But our culture is supposed to be number one. We should first preserve our culture. Language is part of our culture. That's a tradition and culture. Even a mode of dressing is our culture. Understand? So we are focusing. We're going much on the Western world. We are forgetting our own. Understand? We should stick on our own. For example, check the Maasai. Maasai preserve their culture, their language, their clothing. They don't move. They don't change. But for us, we are changing. For example, if you find these kids, they are speaking too much English, even they don't even know their mother tongue. This also has come from, these cool kids, even the kids in the ghetto. Now, for them, they are only speaking Swahili. They don't even know where they come from. They don't even know their roots. One thing you find that a man and a woman meet in the slums, understand, from different backgrounds, but they don't even show their kids where they come from. So we forget even our culture and where we come from, our backgrounds. You understand? So this language is also affecting us in that way. So we need to preserve our languages, our culture.
And what is the definition of a family to you?
You see, for example, when we're talking about this also language, a family is supposed also to preserve this language. This is our language. So a family is a combination of a man and a woman who come together through love and start they come together and they form a family. They can either have kids or not have kids. Yeah.
Do you think families nowadays are losing their morals?
Yeah, you see, in the times of morals, we find that the Western world, they're trying to push one narrative. A family is not a man and a woman. Understand? So this comes a question of morality. They are forcing this other, these families they are forcing of this male, female. You see that we are losing the moral. As for me as an African, I believe that a family is man and woman, and the morals are a man and woman come together and raise kids in a best manner, so that also the kids will also know a family is a man and a woman. That is the moral.
Don't you think there are people who say family is brainwashing?
No, it depends.
It's just a one-way way of thinking.
No, it's not one way of thinking. Even for us, we check our culture, our background culture, where we come from, Africa. We had family units, understand? But our family units, most of them were polygamous, understand? So family was enshrined in us. So most of kids were born in a family, even though it was polygamous or monogamous. Majority was polygamous that time. So it was not it's something that was in our culture, family. It's not something that was brought to us. What is just being forced to us is these funny families that are coming out nowadays. But as an African, we believe it's a man and a woman. Together, they start a family.
Okay, so between a family and money, which one would you pick?
Now, it depends on you first. When you want to start a family, one thing, you must have money. So first I will pick money. I become financially stable. When I'm financially stable, then I can start a family. Because if I say I want to start a family when I'm not financially stable, family will crumble. So I need first to be financially stable so that I can make a ground that is straight. When those kids come, they find that I've made for them a life that is straight. Not this thing of kuangaika, go kufanya vibarua, nini. First thing, they must have a house, they must have clothing, and they must have food. I must be able to provide for them their basic needs. Yeah.
Last time we checked, you are still single. Are you still single?
Yeah, I'm still single.
And why?
Yeah, you know one thing now, I don't want to. First thing, the single life is somehow good, somehow bad. On the bad side is that society will take you as a mkora, as a jangili, as a muhuni. Also, I don't know if we'll translate them there. You know, someone who is a gangster. That is the meaning of those words. But on another thing is that as an advantage, I'm devoid of dramas from women. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm devoid of stressful. Every time need to make a kitu or need to make a kitu. I'm devoid of those things.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, would you date a Kenyan girl or not?
Hmm?
Would you
Ask
date a
what will?
Kenyan girl or not?
Or if I will date a Kenyan girl or not? That
Yeah,
is the question.
yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I don't want to date a Kenyan girl.
Why?
You know, I want to. First thing, the first thing I don't want to date a Kenyan girl is because you know I want to date girls from countries with strong passports.
So is your relationship based on passports?
No. Relationship is based on true love and commitment.
Yeah.
But you know, I've dated so many Kenyan girls, but the ones I'm dating, all are not genuine. All after fulus, after money, so much of them. So most of them are not genuine.
Don't you feel you're also contradicting yourself
No.
because you are saying you also after passports?
For me, I'm after passport because I want, not for me, for my kids. I want my kids to have a strong passport. They can go to different part of the world without being told, oh, you know, Kenya, we have a very poor passport. We are very, it's not strong. So I want my kids to have a stronger passport.
Really?
Yeah, that is the advantage. I want my kids to have a strong passport. Another thing why I don't want to date Kenyans. Kenyan girls also are dramatic. They want to date these West Africans. They like West Africans too much. So we have left them for West Africans. As we used to go also for other places. Why do we just want to be like, for us, they want us to date local girls. But our girls don't want to date our local men. They want to date our other side. Now we are now becoming equal.
Okay. Last time you told us you're still hustling. We want to know, is any of your friends who have checked on you or stepped in for you?
Yeah, you know, some kind of friends. There's some of them have helped me. Not all, but you know, when you have problems is when you know true friends. That is what I can tell you. But don't depend on people to help you when you have problems. You need to also to keep up yourself. If the struggles become hard, you look for ways to survive. Because some of them have been telling me crazy things.
Otherwise, no one has stepped in to check how you're doing despite helping. Know that moral support is also good. Just someone to talk to.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I found another friend. I talked to him. I told him I'm going through this and that. So the answer she gives me as negative. Understand? Others don't even want to check on you because they know you are a burden. So that is the one thing. You can reach a point you just avoid those friends. Yeah, there are some, but majority. Even my phone, it can stay the whole day without even someone calling me.
So
And you know, it's very hard when you are in another country, different from your country.
what would you advise anyone who's going through the same period or season you're going through?
If you're going through this hard time or this hard period, you need to not give up. You need to be strong. Yeah, that is one thing. You need to be strong.
And what can you say about choosing friends?
Choose friends wisely. Choose friends who can stand with you during all times, not good times, even bad times, all times. Choose friends that will step on you.
Okay, that was nice. Anything else you want to give us as a closing remark?
I will tell you guys who are watching this video today. One thing, subscribe to the channel. Next thing, uh, one thing, support us. We will put our number there. You can support us. Anything you have, you can bring it for us. Yeah, our M-Pesa number is there. Our email number is there on the description. So if everything you have, you can share with us and we'll be glad. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please like, guys, share and subscribe. Let the family grow.